Apparently, Guardian hitboxes have gaps in them, so if you get really unlucky, your bullets can just go right through them and they'll take 0 damage. I'm just gonna shoot all over and see if I find anything. Nothing so far. He definitely seems to be taking damage. Wait. I didn't see a hit marker on that one. Yeah, right here. Oh my gosh, it's actually passing through. All right then, myth confirmed. Guardians do have holes in them. That was just the first of the 100 Destiny myths I'm gonna be busting in this video. We'll be testing things like, is there a way to make arcstrider travel at 10,000 miles an hour? Are there some hidden exotic perks you never knew existed? Can you force enemies to stop dodging away so that you'll never miss a rocket again? And so many more. Let's move on to myth number 2. I've heard a lot of people say that this chicken running around in the tower is actually Cade's chicken, Colonel. But if you compare the two, you can actually see that this chicken is the wrong color. This is just some other random chicken. If you go to the hangar, you can actually see the Colonel is still there, so myth busted. The chicken in the main part of the tower is not Colonel. There's a myth that the Valiant Charge perk will allow you to lunge much further than normal against players who have low FPS. Apparently, shooting the engines of a Thresher will cause you to do more damage than just shooting the body of it. Nope, myth busted. They both do the same damage. Oh, and did I forget to mention, I only have 24 hours to complete all 100 myths. If I don't finish this video within 24 hours, I have to test the biggest Destiny myth in real life, and that is, can a Destiny player touch grass? Something I keep hearing over and over in the Destiny community is the idea that Destiny will end after the final shape. I don't know if it's just because the word final is in it, but Bungie has confirmed on multiple occasions that Destiny will continue after the final shape. If you hold down the auto melee button, the Strand Hunter melee will always come back to you and you don't have to worry about timing it correctly. Yes, myth confirmed. I never took my finger off of the melee button. That is actually pretty handy. I've seen a lot of people confused on how to spell Nezarec. I've seen Nezarec, Nezarok, Nezarek. There's a few different variations, and honestly, if you've spelled it wrong, I don't blame you. Bungie themselves even spelled it wrong in a recent email that they sent out to hundreds of thousands of people, so it's clearly a confusing name to spell. For the record, this is the correct way of spelling Nezarec. So normally when you throw your Strand Hunter melee, it will track and then come back to you. But apparently if you go invisible, it will not be able to see you, and thus it won't come back to you. If you inspect another player's submachine gun and then they switch to a grenade launcher, it looks a little interesting. All right, myth confirmed. It must be really cold outside. I've seen a lot of discussion recently about how the original fire team from the Destiny 1 trailers is now dead in the Lightfall trailer. I even saw a YouTube video about this theory with 500,000 views. However, this theory is definitely not true because the genders of the two fire teams are actually different. Both of them are just wearing generic armor. Canis says, myth, more than 60% of Shadow Destiny's viewers are not subscribers. And technically that is true, but it's actually more like 90% of you guys are not subscribed. So subscribe, I really want to reach 200K. If you use your grapple while trying to jump on a sparrow, you will jump on it upside down. Oh. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was definitely not this. Okay, moving on to the next one. If you shoulder charge right before you use your Thunder Crash, it will make you go super fast. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that definitely feels faster than normal. Myth confirmed. Apparently, sparrows slowly heal themselves when out of combat. As you can see right here, this sparrow is extremely damaged and it's about to explode. So I'm gonna leave it here for a while and we'll come back later and see if it is healed. There's a myth that your ghost can actually block bullets. Myth busted, the bullets are going right through. But what about after you're dead? Myth busted times 2. There's a myth that the hands-on mod will give you super energy in PvP. Myth busted. That's just the normal amount of energy I would get from any melee kill. Apparently, the Trespasser sidearm has a special ability that no other weapon has, and that is it can shoot your own foot and you'll take damage. Nothing. Oh, wait, there we go. Myth confirmed. I took a little bit of damage. Apparently there's a way to beat Callus, the final boss of the Lightfall campaign, while taking basically 0 damage the entire time. The first step is to just head under these stairs, and while I test this myth, I also want to tell you guys about one of my favorite games of all time, Clash of Clans. I think the only way to start the boss fight is to get closer to him, so I think you just have to crouch over here. Yep, that did it. The fight just started. In Clash of Clans, you're the chief of your village, and you strategically attack other players to steal their loot and upgrade your base. I think I'm just supposed to sit here, and it seems like I'm not taking any damage. It's kind of hard to see him, but I can kind of shoot him through these stairs. This is actually hilarious. I'm just completely safe here while I slowly chip away at his health bar. My favorite part about Clash is the strategy. You have to really think about constructing your base so it's difficult to defeat, and then you also have to build the perfect combination of troops and deploy them in the right places when attacking someone else. Alright, this says that once I get him low, I'm supposed to jump out of here and then climb on top of the purple bubble thing that he makes. There's tons of exciting activities in Clash, but my personal favorite is the clan wars, where you and your clanmates fight together and get tons of loot. These are so much fun. I remember back in the day, I made a clan with my brother and all of my real life friends, and then we'd have strategic in-person meetings where we would plan out all of our clan war attacks at the same time. I just have to jump up here. Can I land up here? I think I've successfully made it up here now. I can just chill and hit the boss. All right, he's getting low. I've played Clash of Clans for like an entire decade now, and I seriously can't recommend it enough. I love this game. Download it for free with the link below, and huge thanks to Supercell for sponsoring this video. And there you have it. Myth confirmed, you can beat Callus while barely taking any damage. That cheese strategy is wild. Quicksilver Storm can one-shot a full health Titan barricade. So apparently on Midtown, you can just grapple around these buildings and simply exit the map. There's no way it's gonna let me land over here, right? Wait. Oh my god. All right, myth confirmed. This is actually pretty cool. Look at all this water down here. This is crazy. If someone stands close enough to a wall so that their weapon peeks out the other side, you can hit them through the wall. You can delete your loadouts by using the Destiny mobile app, and this is important because you can't actually delete them in the game. All right, let's see. So I'm navigating to my Guardian, my Hunter, loadouts. Yes, okay, so myth confirmed. It does look like you can clear your loadouts on mobile. Bomber is a mod that gives you grenade energy when you use your class ability, and apparently it works differently on all of the 3 different classes, with Warlock being the best. So that's how much it gives on Warlock. Now I'm gonna swap over to my Hunter and see how it compares. Wow, that barely gave any energy back. The Reaper mod is supposed to make 1 orb of power after a weapon final blow, but apparently it's glitched right now where if you put on more than 1 of them, it will make mysterious orbs rain out of the sky right about here. So let's find out what happens. Whoa! Alright, so it made 1 orb for the Guardian, and then 2 more just fell out of the sky. Myth confirmed. According to a tweet I saw the other day, Sparrows now have more visual effects to show just how damaged they are. Nothing yet. Okay, a small explosion and some smoke. Wow, that's actually kind of a lot of smoke. 2 more. Okay, some sparks, and now it's on fire. Oh, I just saw some electricity zapping off of it. All right, myth confirmed. They definitely didn't used to have that much detail. Apparently, Golden Gun can ricochet, but it is extremely rare. Oh, there we go. Myth confirmed. Dismantling a red border weapon will give you pattern progress, but will it still do this if you dismantle it while it's in the Postmaster? I've heard a lot of strange things about the Rusted Lands PvP map. It's time to figure out if these strange things actually work. The first one is you can get into this little back room right here just by sliding into it. Let's see what happens. No, doesn't seem to work. Myth busted. The next part is if you slide out of this hole in the wall, which looks extremely painful, by the way, you will apparently go super fast and fly into this wall over there and die. So let's see what happens. Oh, interesting. It did launch me a little bit, but I didn't die. Let's try that again. Okay, myth confirmed. I've been seeing this one a lot lately. It seems that a lot of people think that it's okay to pick up or destroy other people's tangles. This one is definitely busted though. If it's not your tangle, leave it for whoever made it. They probably really care about it and it's probably a part of their build, and you're just sabotaging them if you mess with it. Apparently you can shoot your gunpowder gamble out of the air with Tiku's divination. Oh, myth confirmed. Gunpowder Gamble really needs a buff though. I often hear people say that, oh, we're so much faster now in Destiny 2 compared to Destiny 1, but I'm not sure if this is actually true. I set out on an investigation and I found this footage of this random guy running in Destiny 1, and I'm gonna compare that to me running in Destiny 2. As you can see, we're actually running at exactly the same speed, so myth busted. We are the same speed in Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. In a previous myth busting video, I busted the myth that some finishers are faster than others. In reality, it always takes the same amount of time from when you start your finisher to when you go back into first person. But then I got this comment saying that some finishers are faster explicitly done while mid-air, such as the default Hunter finisher. I went and tested this as well, and myth busted. Using your finisher in the air does not make it faster than using it on the ground. Fastball is a mod that increases grenade throw distance, and since grapple is technically a grenade, will this mod increase the distance that you can grapple? Here's my grapple without the mod, and here's my grapple with the mod. I really wanted this one to work, but myth busted, it doesn't do anything. It is not possible for a Guardian to slide more than 12 times. Let's see if this is actually a thing. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What? Whoa, it did let me slide the 12th time. All right, I guess it's 11 times in a row that you can do. That is so weird. I wonder why that is. Like, what is the reason of preventing you from sliding more than 11 times? Anyway, let's move on to the next one. If you're just hanging out in the main center of the tower, a lot of people seem to think that the fastest way to Hawthorne is to fast travel to the annex and then run up the stairs until you get there. After reviewing the footage though, this is definitely not true. It's much faster to just run there and not to do any fast traveling. Apparently the Quicksilver Storm exotic has the hidden perk of Firmly Planted, making it much more stable while you're crouched. Let's find out if this is actually true. So here's normal, I'm standing up. And now I'm gonna crouch and see if it's much different. Wow, actually, it does seem to be more stable. I really did not think that this one was gonna be true, but myth confirmed. It seems to have more stability while crouching. At this point, guys, I started to get tired and fall behind on my 24-hour challenge. But I told myself there was still a chance I could finish in time if I picked up the pace. Apparently, the Arc Titan thruster dodge becomes worse if you have high mobility. So I have 100 mobility, he has 0. Let's see what happens. Myth busted. It looks to be behaving the same regardless of mobility. So apparently here in the Hall of Heroes on Neomuna, there is a holographic looking cat and it will glitch into the floor when you get nearby. Oh yeah, there he is. Let's see if he goes into the floor. All right, he just dove straight into the ground. Myth confirmed. I've seen a lot of people say that this perk on the Immortal SMG does not improve its time to kill. I've watched several YouTube videos on this, and so far every single video has said something different. So I'm gonna test this to find out how it actually works. All right, well, I'm back after testing this for like an entire hour, and I can confirm that the target lock perk always improves the time to kill, except on Guardians with exactly 7 resilience. So to everyone out there saying it doesn't change the time to kill, myth busted. If you just thunder crash off into the distance and go around this corner, you can just completely exit the map on Wormhaven. All right, myth confirmed. I am inside the ceiling. There's a myth that the Ashes to Assets perk actually works in PvP and gives you tons of super energy for a grenade kill. Myth confirmed. That is actually surprisingly strong. I always see Titans running around spamming their shoulder charge like this, but does it actually make you faster? Myth confirmed, I am going just a tiny bit faster than usual. The young Ahamkara's Spine has a hidden fastball perk that makes your grenades go further and faster. So for reference, here's a normal grenade, and here is a young Ahamkara grenade. Myth confirmed, it definitely does have fastball. You can one-shot an entire Titan bubble just by using a simple swarm grenade. It definitely took some damage, but it did not one-shot the bubble, so myth busted. You can shoot an oncoming Jotun out of the air in order to save yourself from dying. I think I missed. I gotta try this again. All right, well, it is possible that I'm just missing, but there's a few times now that I'm almost certain that I hit and it just didn't do anything. So myth busted. You can't save yourself from Jotun by actually hitting it. In this little room behind Banshee, apparently there are some lights that only turn on when someone is using the vault. You can survive meleeing a Cursed Thrall or Explosive Shank if you jump immediately after hitting them with your melee. Apparently, pineapples do not exist in the Destiny universe. Honestly, I had no idea what this one was about, but I looked it up and I found this.
12 tons of pineapples. Pineapples? What a weird idea for a fruit.
So I guess myth confirmed, pineapples don't exist? That's what I thought, but then I found this on Neomuna. So myth busted, pineapples do, or at least did, exist in the Destiny universe. Swapping your weapons really fast with a mouse wheel will cause the game to just completely crash. Funny visuals, but nothing so far. All right, myth confirmed. I don't know why it says I've lost connection to the Destiny servers. I clearly haven't, but myth confirmed. So you might know that lightweight weapons grant some bonus mobility, but I've heard that this doesn't decrease the hunter dodge cooldown. I actually went and tested this and myth busted. Lightweight weapons do make your dodge cooldown faster. You can grapple onto a rocket and launch yourself into the sky. Let's go. Oh my gosh, I'm so high up right now. Apparently it's also very easy to grapple onto Lumina noble rounds and just fly off into the distance. Did I do it? Nope. Yo, I got it. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. I could just keep going like this forever until it expires. Wow, that is awesome. Myth confirmed. Can you use the Lumina grapple to fly all the way to the top of this tower on Nessus? And yes, you can. Myth confirmed. This is so cool. I didn't even realize just how high up this is, dude. I can see like the entire planet from here. You might know that it's possible to go on Bungie's website and claim rewards from the most recent season, but apparently there's a plugin that lets you claim rewards from any season in the past. All right, so I've got it installed. I'm gonna go to Season of Undying, for example, and let's see what it has for me. So I have 33 unclaimed items from this season that I can just pick up now. That's pretty cool. So for example, I'm gonna pull this helmet and see if it actually pops up in game. And there it is in game, so myth confirmed. This is great. A flashbang grenade will remove you from your super, specifically golden gun. Nope, I still have my golden gun. Myth busted. There's a myth that you will be knocked back significantly less at places like Shirochi if you look downward while getting knocked back. So for reference, here's just a normal knockback. And now I'm gonna look down and see if it's any different. They actually look to be almost exactly the same, so I'm gonna say myth busted. If you swap your weapons twice and then shadow dive, it's supposed to put you into a cinematic mode where your weapons do not appear on your screen. Wow, look at that. You can even run around while you do this. This is really cool for anyone who wants to make videos or just take pictures, or any of my content creator friends out there. The perk Genesis now works in PvP, and whenever you break someone's shields, it will refill your magazine. Fighting Lion is currently bugged and does like 100,000 damage to red bar enemies. 178,000! My gosh. If you're watching this video in the distant future, assume that this has probably been patched, but at least for now, Fighting Lion is incredibly OP. If multiple Strand Warlocks use their super on a hunter who is blocking with arcstrider, the hunter will just get yeeted faster than anything else in the game. Yo! Oh my gosh, I got launched all the way to the other side instantly. Apparently you can loot the chest for the terminal overload activity more than once if you just load into a different zone and then come back. All right, myth confirmed for 2. Let's see if I can do 3. Myth confirmed, you can loot the same chest up to 3 times. Bows don't actually fire from the center of your screen like most weapons do, so if you stand right next to cover while using a bow, the arrow will just crash into the cover and not reach your target. Oh yeah, myth confirmed. According to this guy, you can play baseball in Destiny 2. All you need is the baseball emote and the colony grenade launcher. I assume this is just a joke, but myth busted. Apparently if you throw a tangle at a super and get a direct hit, it will kick them out of their super. Apparently grappling a pike driver will actually yank him off of the pike, and then you can steal it from him and drive away. Myth busted. That would have been way too cool if that actually worked though. So you probably know that dismantling a red border weapon will give you pattern progress towards crafting it, but does it still give you pattern progress if you infuse the red border into a different weapon? No, it does not, so do not use your red borders for infusion material. The Corsair NPCs in the Dreaming City can just be pushed around. Myth confirmed, it does seem that you can push them, but it's a very difficult and slow process. If you jump from a high place and use the Strand Hunter Super Heavy attack, you will begin to fly. I mean, I guess, but not for very long. My super is about to expire and then I'm gonna fall to my death. I might as well do it in style. All right, moving on to the next myth. Apparently, if you turn on the full auto setting and then run out of ammo, your weapons will make a strange buzzing noise. Some enemies in this game are obsessed with dodging or teleporting away, and it's extremely annoying when they make you miss your rocket or grenade. But I've heard that if you strafe into cover immediately after firing your rocket, the enemies will not dodge it. I tested this a whole lot to be certain, and it seems that this myth is busted. As you can see with this third-person perspective, there were many times where I perfectly strafed into cover, but the enemies still dodged my rocket. If you apply this shader to this SMG, the result is supposed to be rather surprising. Let's see what happens. Okay, so the shader icon has blue, black, and yellow, and the weapon has turned silver and red. I really don't know what's going on with the shader icon design, but it's getting worse, guys. It's getting worse. Destiny 2 broke the world record for the largest screen ever played on. This one is actually confirmed. Some guy was able to project the game onto the side of an actual mountain. That is wild. According to this guy, it's actually easier to see invisible enemies when you are using a void subclass. Currently, I am not using a void subclass, and this is what an invisible enemy looks like. And then switching over to a void subclass, to me, it doesn't look any different, so I'm gonna say myth busted. The Cloudstrike exotic sniper rifle will actually start to glow before it fires as you pull the trigger on controller. So I'm just gonna pull the trigger really, really slowly and see if I notice anything. Oh yeah, it's not a very intense glow at all, but technically myth confirmed. Did you know that you can create a loadout that doesn't have any weapons in it? Sometimes you don't want to change your weapons when you change your loadout, so what you can do is just save the loadout with some really bad weapons and then go and delete those weapons, and then going forward, it won't change your weapons when you equip the loadout. The best way to destroy a Taken Blight is to jump on top of it and then shoot directly down into it. When you do this, you won't be taking any damage and the enemies won't be able to hit you. This one is actually confirmed, but here's your friendly reminder. Don't destroy the blights on the public event because then you won't be able to make it heroic. In a previous myth-busting video, we discovered that Gjallarhorn actually launches tiny little wolf packs. But then I got a comment saying that this ornament, that I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of, makes the wolf packs actually turn into eagles. Upon further inspection though, this myth is actually busted. They are still wolves. There's a myth that conditional finality has 5 rounds in the mag. If you thought this, I wouldn't blame you because it literally says right on the weapon that it has 5 in the magazine. However, as soon as you use it, it's very obvious that it actually only has 2. Additionally, it says that this weapon fires at 165 RPM, but when you shoot it, it's very clear that this is actually not true either. It fires much slower. Oathkeepers is a hunter exotic that allows you to hold your bow charges indefinitely. Apparently, it also increases your bow's draw speed. After looking at the footage, myth busted. It does not do anything to the draw speed. The Traveler smells like vanilla? Okay, I had no idea what this was about, but upon further investigation, this lore entry on this mask does say that the Traveler smells faintly of vanilla, so I guess myth confirmed. This guy from my comments section is adamant that zones will cap faster in Control if you hold the interact button while you're on them. Here is a side-by-side comparison. On the left, I am capping a zone while doing absolutely nothing, and on the right, I am capping a zone while holding the interact button the entire time. As you can see, there is absolutely no difference, so myth busted. Alright, well, I have a bit of an update. 24 hours have passed, and we still have 15 more myths remaining. So before we get to those, it's time to test the greatest myth of them all. Can a Destiny player touch grass? The Two-Tailed Fox exotic catalyst causes it to shoot an additional arc rocket in the volley. However, I've heard that if you simply are walking forward while shooting it, it will not launch the arc rocket. Yo, it only did 2 rockets. Wow, myth confirmed. So apparently you can glitch your way underneath the tower. You just have to go down here and then just jump into this wall. Yeah, well, myth confirmed. That wall is just non-existent, I guess. Kepri's Horn is an exotic that makes your barricade unleash a wave of fire, but apparently you can do this to hit people on the other side of completely solid walls. Wow, okay, myth confirmed. You can confuse the sound system in this game so that most sounds just get mysteriously removed. All you have to do is load up a destination and then finish an enemy before it actually launches. All right, so we've landed at the new destination, and let's see, my weapon doesn't make any sound. All right, myth confirmed. You see this taken ball that's chasing me down right now? Well, apparently they will not hit you if you just spam crouch. Darn, I was really hoping that would work because those are so annoying. All right, well, this sparrow has been sitting here for quite some time, and now we get to discover if it has healed itself or if it is still one shot. Wow, okay, so it has healed itself. So myth confirmed, sparrows do heal themselves slowly over time. This is a classic myth in the Destiny community dating back all the way to Destiny 1. People seem to think that Outbreak has a hidden persistence perk because it's just incredibly stable. However, Bungie has clarified that the reason why it is stable is actually because it's coded like an auto rifle. If you grapple onto somebody who is sparrow flying, it will let you fly with them. Apparently, Quicksilver Storm will one-shot Well of Radiance in PvP. Apparently, shooting the little blaster thing on a shank will make it deal just a little bit more damage. I've been told there's an interesting interaction if you try to use your strand dive into an elevator. Oh, okay. I'm just going up and down. Is this gonna be, wait, how do I get out of here? I can't believe you guys baited me into doing this. I'm just gonna be here for eternity. There's a myth that you can instant kill people with your melee if you're using a strand warlock. Just use jump and melee at the same time repeatedly. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is so busted. This next myth is about bullet bending. Do bullets bend more on mouse and keyboard or on controller? Is it even possible for a bullet to bend this much? Find out by watching this video where I bust 150 more myths in Destiny 2. Thanks so much for watching and have a good day.